Welcome to the Quantum You Activation Masterclass. I'm Suzanne Longstreet. So, Quantum You Activation, what is that? What are you talking about, Suzanne? Well, first of all, I want to tell you I am Suzanne Longstreet, and I work with female entrepreneurs to get them out of their own way by clearing the thoughts, the behaviors, the patterns that aren't serving them so they can go out into the world, shine brighter, show up bigger, and step up into their purpose, their passion, their power. And a great side effect of the work that I do is they make more money. Through my Quantum You activation coaching, I do guide clients to release self doubt, rise into their worth, and create the businesses and the lives that they truly desire. Many of my clients, I will share with you, have built $1 million businesses and more. And some have just increased their revenue, and some have just become more aligned in what they want, what the desire, they're going, have more clarity, more courage, and more confidence. So, whatever you're here for, I'm hoping that this masterclass will give you something to help you move you further towards your goal, get you out of your way, and have you step into greater success. So let me talk to you first about what Quantum You is. Well, Quantum You, it's the version of you that's actually inside of you that exists beyond fear, without the stress, without the overwhelm, without the self doubt. That fearless 5-year-old that you used to be, that's who I want you to connect with. That's what we get for you. It's the part of you that operates from clarity, has greater courage, is calmer, is more emotionally resilient, has greater confidence. These inside of you. I know this because I have helped clients reveal that inner person, that quantum you that's been inside of them for years. And they delight and surprise themselves with the results that they achieve. Because my job is to clear what's not serving you so that you can step into who you're actually meant to be. Honestly, it's about returning to the truest version of you. And the quantum you activation is the person, it helps you to remember the person that you are, that makes decisions easily, that communicates with grounded authority, and trusts your intuition because your mind and your energy, your thoughts, everything is fully aligned. There's no disparate parts fractioning out, stopping you from having what you want. From a neuroscience perspective and NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, that's what I'm trained in, is quantum you is the state where your thoughts, your language, your physiology are all coherent. They're all working for you, not against you, for you. When your brain's neural networks actually fire in alignment with your goals, you activate, focus, get more creative, and have greater emotional regulation and resilience. And this is the coherence that will change everything for you. It's how you think, how you speak, and how others respond to you. In this state, your nervous system is calm. Your communication is so much clearer, and your confidence actually feels natural. So you actually stop reacting from old patterns and start creating from possibility. This angel was carved by Michelangelo. And just like I see the quantum you inside of you, and she's really there, Michelangelo saw the angel in the marble and carved until he set him free. That's quantum you activation. So, when you or someone activates their quantum you, they reconnect with who they really are and their purpose at a much deeper level. They release old habits of overthinking, proving, or people pleasing. You communicate with so much more clarity and have greater influence. You make decisions from a place of knowing and trust rather than fear. And you create success that feels aligned, peaceful, and sustainable. This is the difference between leading from pressure and leading from power. I'm going to say that again. It's so powerful. This is what it means to operate and lead from power and not from pressure. Between performing for approval and embodying authority and an inner wisdom and knowing. Because when you start from being, your doing becomes inspired and your having becomes inevitable. I'm going to get into that in a few minutes when I go deeper into the Quantum YOU activation process. But I just want to say it again. When you start from being your core, your true identity, your doing, the actions that you're taking become more aligned and focused on where you're going and inspired. And this creates the results that you want. So you're having the results, the dreams, the desires become inevitable. Where are you now? So let's talk about that. These are on the call. Many of you shared that you had some of these, some had many of these. I've pulled these together because this is what I'm hearing from my clients these days. This is where they were before they started working with me. You're working hard, but the revenue and impact you feel just stuck in place. You've achieved success, yay, but inside you really question if it's truly enough or if you're truly enough. You feel pressured to shrink or hide your ambition because being the only in the room. Often, this is also related to tall poppy syndrome, in that you don't want to go up too high and show up too big and be too bold because somebody's going to come along and chop the head of the poppy off, and we don't want that. So you shrink. Your confidence wavers in those big moments. And even though your peers assume you're solid, inside you're shaking in your boots. Honestly, secretly, you just want to be safe. You just want somebody to do it for you, get it for you, help you, and you don't believe that you can actually do it yourself. Or you might have systems and strategies, but your internal alignment feels off and your actions just require too much force. You might find that you are clear about your vision. You know exactly what you want, yet you struggle to translate that into consistent and aligned daily habits. You know you want to scale or have more in your business, but you're battling the uncertainty about pricing and selling and being visible. Like you're in this argument with yourself. This is all normal. I've watched this with many of my clients. You sense there's a clearer, richer way forward, one that feels calm and natural, but you just don't know the pathway. So I'm very excited to tell you that this is my new book. It's coming out next year. It's with the publishing house right now. If you're listening to this in future, it is coming out. If everything goes well, the stars align, and the publisher does what they say they're going to be doing, it should come out in March of 2026. I will let you know. I'm very excited about this. This is my mock-up of the cover page, so it might look a little different, but it's called The Millionaire Brain. It's about recoding your neurology to create clarity, courage, and confidence by me. So this is the Quantum YOU activation model that I want to talk to you about. And it's linked to the Millionaire Brain, which is why I wanted to share that with you. So my clients come to me because they want more. They want more visibility, more clarity, more impact, more income, more revenue. They just want more, and they don't have the results that they want. So the Millionaire Brain. So this is what people are wanting. And the first step in my framework is about clarity, then courage to have confidence. So let's talk a little bit more about that. And because here's the thing, when you are being, back to the being who you really are and are meant to be, then you do things differently and you have the results that you want. And there's some components in this that we want to talk about. And that is to be who you really want to be. First, you've got to identify what's not working for you, what's stopping you, what's the problem. And then we are able to clear that through the techniques and the processes that I have access to. And you step into your identity, your true identity, that fearless 5-year-old that you used to be. And then as you're going along and you're taking action, you'll find that parts will get in the way, limiting decisions, limiting beliefs, parts, you name it, it gets in the way. And so we integrate those so that you're more aligned and congruent in your actions so that you ignite your potential. And then we go over to the having. And when you have greater impact because you're showing up more, you're stepping out more, and you're speaking up more, you have the income that you desire. I've seen it happen multiple times. So, simply stated, Quantum You activation is about remembering who you truly are and aligning your actions with your truth. When you become her first, the clear, confident, calm version of you, success stops feeling forced and starts feeling natural, easy, inevitable. So imagine how your life will change when you've rewired your brain for greater success. What will you be doing or not doing that's different from what you're doing now? Just close your eyes and see yourself in the future having and being the person that you really want to be, having the success you want, and connect in with that version of you when you're making decisions. So, what's stopping you from having greater focus and clarity? For some of you, being aware of your thoughts, your emotions, and your limiting beliefs is just enough to actually shift everything for you. While for others, we need more. The reason I love this work so much is because it has worked for me for all these years. And you need to you need to be more of who you really are and connect into that person, and then you can take action differently. I'm going to tell you, if you don't have the results that you want, it is not your fault. Please understand that. It is, you've come by this blocked path for your protection. And I know that you said to me, you might say, oh, but I want more, Suzanne. I want more clients, or I want more revenue, or I want more better results, or I want more, but it's not happening. Why would my unconscious mind stop me from making the money that I want to pay my bills, or to have the affluence that I really want, or to help more people? Why would it stop me from being visible? It thinks it's protected. That's why it's doing it. And this is why all the right thinking, the affirmations, believe me, I did it, don't actually work. They're just like putting a band-aid over something that needs actually stitches. You can't do it that way. You've got to go in, dig down deep, find out what's stopping you in your unconscious mind, clear that, and then take action differently. Because 10%, your conscious mind is 10%, and it's visible, just like this iceberg is visible. But what's not visible is what's underneath. The surface levels behaviors, the language, the attitudes, your ethics, your experiences, what's happened to you, how you store the information in your brain, how it's coming up when you're trying to do something new, and all of a sudden it's sending up a repressed memory about a time when it didn't go well. Why is it doing that? For your protection. There's cultural influences, including family, country, culture, religious influences that create our beliefs, our values. And then there's something even more exciting, 21 meta programs that are running that you don't even know what they are. It's probably the first time you've heard about that, but they're based in the work of Dr. Carl Jung, and they're the basis of what's operating so deep under the waterline. You don't even have access to know what's going on. Dr. Virginia Satir is one of the therapists that we study in the world of neuro-linguistic programming. And she talked about how the problem is often in the deep structure, i.e., deep down in the unconscious mind, and we don't even know what it is. So and it's driving the bus. It's doing everything. And you're wondering what the heck is going on. The work that we need to do is go deep inside of your unconscious mind to find out what it is and to clear it. To have your unconscious mind believe that it's safe for you so that you can clear it so that you can move forward to your success. Sounds simple, right? And it starts with your thoughts. What are you thinking about? Where's your focus? What's going on? Because your thoughts plus your physiology create your feelings or your emotions. And your emotions are the domain of your unconscious mind. And what your unconscious mind is trying to get your attention, it might be sending you a message through your feelings. So if you don't like the way you're feeling, go back up and figure out, what were you thinking about? Oh, I'm focused on failure. Oh, well, that'll make you feel kind of bad, right? So shift the thought. Instead of focusing on failure, focus on success. I know it sounds really simple, but there's a lot of deprogramming that we need to do in our lives, especially if you've gotten into your 40s and 50s and 60s. We've been carrying a lot of this stuff for longer. Yay. We get to do the deep work so that it can clear, so that you show up differently. So when you think about this, what limiting beliefs are stopping you from taking the actions that you want, for getting the manuscript finished, for getting on more stages, for showing up more on social media and being active and engaging, for anything? What's stopping you? What keeps getting in the way? And it's not the things that other people are asking you to do. You make the decision to go out there and respond to emails or respond to friends' calls or whatever it is. Like, that's your decision. What limiting belief are running that you don't even know? How is it? Let me say that again differently, because it might be a little difficult to answer that question. Is, if you were to pay attention to your thoughts, and I encourage you to do so, what keeps coming up when you're trying to do the thing you want to do? What keeps coming up? Just pay attention, just journal it. And that'll give you a clue to what's going on deep in your unconscious mind and what might be stopping you. So, will this work for me? That's a question I get from a lot of people that I'm talking to for the first time. Who are you, Suzanne? How are you going to help me? You're going to go into my unconscious mind. You're going to reprogram things. What do you know? How can you do that? Maybe it won't work for me. Maybe that's not possible. Well, I want to share a success story of my past client, Michelle. She said, this program, this training that I give you, these techniques that I'm using, and her doctoral, she is a PhD now, studies in leadership and organizational change through the University of Southern California, are an epic dance party. I love the way she words things. In fact, the things that I was teaching her are very similar to what she learned in her doctorate. I tell you, I charge a lot less than the doctorate program at USC. So I am all about your transformation, your success. And I want to know, are you ready? Today, I talked about Quantum YOU Activation and what it's about. And it's here again. I flip turn so you, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but I'll put it here. You can kind of see it. So remember the triangle with the be, the do, and then the have? That's the Quantum YOU Activation. There's a lot of components to it. I literally just introduced you to the framework of it. So if you're ready To sustain clarity every month, join me in my Quantum You Explore program. It's a monthly coaching circle designed to help you lead from and live from coherence, have greater clarity, have greater courage, and have greater confidence. You'll learn how to apply all these powerful neurological techniques and processes to quickly shift your thoughts, your emotions, and your beliefs so that you can step out into the world differently. You'll learn more about the fundamentals of neuro-linguistic programming and neuroscience. We use quantum techniques, which are fast. You will get a shift. And when you go out into the world, you'll show up differently. And then you'll go, hey, I'm different. What's going on? What happened? Don't analyze it too much. Just keep showing up. It's fun. And you'll learn how your brain is wired and what you can do daily to shift your unconscious mind. I'll talk to you more about my success mindset formula, and you'll connect and collaborate with other action-oriented female entrepreneurs. And I'm going to be doing clearing every month. You'll come with a celebration, you'll come with a challenge. I'll do a clearing for the group, and then you'll share what came up for you, what clarity you had, and then you'll leave with a final commitment. And we're going to do the same thing every month. And you will shift your mindset. You will step into more of who you're really meant to be, and you'll have greater success. I've watched it happen many times, and I'm excited to do this with you. So, live 90-minute call, Quantum YOU Activation Techniques, that's a new term, mindsense. It's the combination of mindset and neuroscience. Mindset and neuroscience coaching. You'll be connected with other people just like you. And I'd like to offer you a founding member rate, which is $97 a month or $9.97 a year. I'm going to raise the price on December 1st. So if this interests you, jump in. I'll put the links in the email so that you can access them easily. If you have any questions, please feel free to book a clarity session with me. I'm happy to chat with you about this and see if this is the right fit. So if today and this time that we spent together, and thank you for being here once again, reminded you of who you really are, that calm, confident, grounded leader within you, don't let her fade away. Step into her. Quantum You explores your space to stay connected to your true potential every single month. It's where alignment becomes your habit and clarity becomes your rhythm. So this first circle is small and intimate and very special, and you'll be part of shaping it with me. This is the first time I'm offering this type of program, so I'm excited to have you join me. If you love being first, this is for you. If this feels right in your body, that's your quantum you saying yes. And let's keep her voice loud and clear. So step into Quantum You Explore with me and let's do this. I'm a tenacious coach. And I will tell you, you have my personal guarantee that this coaching is different from anything you've ever experienced. You will take action, have greater clarity, you'll step into more courage, and you will have greater confidence. And when you align with who you're really meant to be, your quantum you will achieve the results you want. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I really enjoyed sharing this with you, and I really would love to work with you for the next few months, 12 months, to get you to greater clarity, greater courage, and greater confidence.